What up to the best viewers on YouTube, the best fans, the best everything. Thank you guys so much and welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. For all of you that are new to this channel, we talk about buying, selling, eBay, Amazon, Poshmark, Etsy, whatever you guys want to talk about, the ups, downs, running a small business, accounting, money, cash flow, you know, all the good stuff, everything you guys are here for. And by popular demand, I am going to do another haul video this week. I came out on the hauls for a little while because we had a lot of inventory. We focused on listing and selling and getting, you know, the VIP group going and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get back to a haul. It's probably gonna be Wednesday with the Salvation Army, so look for that. But in the meantime, we've been focusing a lot on what brands to buy, the BOLO list, all that stuff. The BOLO list you can get by joining the VIP group or by just buying the BOLO list. It's 10 bucks, or if you join the VIP, it's 15 with all the extras. And today I wanna talk about what not to buy. A lot of people focus on all the items to buy, and that's great. And then I go through their stores and they have a whole lot of junk. And so the problem with that is, what is junk? What do we consider junk? Well, I consider junk anything with a really bad sell-through rate. That means like, you know, 0.1% per day. There's 10,000 of them up on eBay and only, you know, 10 a day are selling. And also obviously items that are less than $10 that are tough. If you're giving stuff away and you have to blow out inventory and you're selling it for 5, 6, 7, 8 bucks, you're not making any real money, just a couple dollars. I sell stuff in that inventory a lot, but I do a lot of volume too, don't forget that. So I want to look at some of the brands that I see regularly on a regular basis in people's eBay stores that I think is junk. And so we're going to jump over to my computer screen and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by some of the high sell-through rates, or the low sell-through rates, I'm sorry, and the low sell prices that I see so often in a lot of your stores that you guys and girls may or may not see as junk. It really is low-end stock and you're best to avoid it unless it's special. So let's take a look. All right, we're gonna start with the ever popular Faded Glory. This seems to be the one everyone shouts out when they say to stay away from a brand and it's junk. And for the most part, Faded Glory is not a brand to really go after or really target. Now, with anything, there are always exceptions. There are things that could be 4X or 5X or large where you could get $14, $15, $16 for an item. You pay 50 cents or a dollar. Sure, buy it. Nothing I tell you here is the gospel. It is not every single time. This is always use your best judgment and case-by-case basis. So anyways, looking at used Faded Glory clothing, this is Faded Glory women's clothing. There's 22,999 active items on eBay right now. That's a lot. So what you want to compare that to is how many have sold in the last 60 days. So we're going to look, there have been 6,437 sold, which means if you total those two numbers up, we're at 23,064, right around 29,000, almost 30,000 pieces of Faded Glory up. And in 60 days, 20% of them sold. 20% sold in 60 days. Not a great sell-through rate at all. You're talking about, what, 1/3% per day. So the sell-through rate is not very good on these. That's your first hint. How did I get that number? Well, 6,400 have sold, and that meant there's a total, there's 23,000 still active, meaning a total of almost 30,000 were listed and only 6,000 of them, only 6,000 of 30,000 pieces sold in the last 60 days. So if we had sold, if there had been 15,000 here and this number had been, you know, a lot less, then we would have known half of the number sold. So anyways, out of the 30,000 that sold, or the 30,000 that were listed and the 6,400 that sold, you can just take that 6,437 and divide it by 30,000 and you'll see that a 0.21% sell-through rate. It's very, very low, not even 1/4%. And because we're estimating it, it's really right around 1/4% are selling. So that's bad. You want a 1% sell-through rate. So a 1% sell-through rate a day would have been 60% for the month. So out of 30,000, we would have liked to have seen something around 18,000 pieces sold. We're at 1/3 of that. So we're literally at 1/3%. Not good. Now let's look at the second thing we're going to look at. Prices, average sale prices. Look at these prices. $7.39, $10, $8, $6, $10, $4, $9, $12. Do you guys see anything over? Okay, so here's one. It's $21. But besides that one, do we see anything over 15? We're having a hard time finding anything over 10. If everything's $10 and less, it's a pretty good chance you're not going to make any money off of this. I mean, there's barely anything even over $10 or $12. we've only seen one item above 15. This isn't good. Sure, there could be stuff that could sell, but man, when everything is that low, let's go ahead and look at the solds and see if it says the same thing. Look, a lot, $7.99, $5, $4.55. This got bids. This didn't go for the buy it now. It was bids right here. $7.50. Look, everything under $10. You guys see why we say Faded Glory is junk? Oh my goodness. A plus size shirt went for $14.75. Bids plus shipping. Horrible picture. It blends into the blue. It's hanging on a tree. And it still fetched $10.50 plus $4.25. If they had marketed this right, they might have been able to get a little more, but that's the best you're going to get. Plus size 4X. That's what you want to look for. You see something Faded Glory plus, 4X, maybe then you grab it. Look at this 18W skirt skort, which is still big plus size. $4 bid, $6.30, $10.35 for the skort. Still not great, but at least it's sold. Look, a lot of 3 shirts. Now that's mixed, so we can't really go off of that. But some plus size jeans, $9.99 plus $6.45. Well, the $6.45 didn't even cover the shipping. You're only going to have $9.50 left. You got at least $1 into them. That's $8.50. You're going to have $2 or $3 in fees. That's $5. I mean, these pants probably made somebody a profit of $2 or $3, unless they just sold them out of their own, closet, which is maybe what they did. But you guys see all these prices. I mean, 6 and 10 and 6 and 3 and lots of 2 and incredibly low prices. Let's look at the third thing I'm going to show you guys on how to tell what junk is on eBay. This is our sourcing guidance. Let's go up to the top. So here's our tops and blouses. I've just went ahead and chosen. It's in the growth tab and choose sourcing guidance. And then when it comes up, choose clothing and shoes, women's clothing, tops and blouses, whatever it is you're looking for. Used. Look, 84% of that under $20. So we're already behind the 8 ball. We're going to scroll down and select, here's our high-end items. They're the ones you want to sell. Johnny Was and J. Jill and Soft Surrounding, LuLaRoe, Eileen Fisher. We came down and selected Faded Glory, just basic short sleeve shirts. Look at the average sell price. That's exactly what we just saw on the sold listings in the actives. $8 active solds, or recent solds. Why? With a gross score of 1, this is supply and demand. This means the sell-through rate's really low. Why are you going to sell something that you're only going to get $8 for almost every time? Think about it. $8 with the most basic of shipping is going to leave you $5. Less the fees is going to leave you $2. We haven't even talked about how much you paid for the item yet. Even if you're getting it for a quarter or 50 cents, you're going to do it just to make $1.75. Unless you're a huge BHFO volume seller, or swap.com, or even me, and I'm not that big a volume compared to any of those people. Obviously, me selling 800,000 items a month as opposed to them selling, 100,000 items a month. Big difference. So hopefully that shows you guys. Let's look at another one that I see all the time. It's Mosimo or whatever you guys want to call it. I've heard everyone call it everything else. Again, actives, 8,800 pieces of shirts. Come over here and 1,800 shirts sold. So that gives us a total of 10,600 shirts that were listed in the last 60 days. Well, only 1,800 of them sold. Well, 10% of 10,006 would have been 1,000. So this was just shy of a 20% sell-through rate. Even worse than what we just saw on the Faded Glory. So bad sell-through rate. Look at the actives. 4, 99, 4.99, 3. There's a 15. $5.99, $3.99. Look at these prices. They're horrendously low, even worse than before. Look at the solds. $2.99, $2.99, $5, $5, $5, $5, $99, $9, $9.99. Here's a 29. I don't even know what that was. $4.99, $12, $6, $6, $4, a quarter, $8. I mean, these prices, finding anything over 15 just as hard, and these things, I mean, most of them aren't even at 10. So again, really, really tough to sell these for any kind of value. Now, if we come over and do the same thing in the sourcing, look at this. 1 gross score, same sourcing screen that I was on the other one. Mosimo, I did just short sleeve shirts, $7.13 average sell price. Minus 3 to ship it is $4.13. Minus the dollar you paid for it is $3.13. Minus the 50 cents, 60 cents in PayPal fees is, $2.50. Less the eBay fee. Uh-oh, we're down to like $1. You're going to do it for $1 profit or 50 cents? You can't buy this stuff cheap enough unless it's special, unless it's plus size, unless it's really, really unique. Stay away from these junk brands. If you look up another brand, I mean, there's Faded Glory, there's this brand, there's even, like Aeropostale is horrible. People buy Aeropostale and there's some unique stuff that you can sell, and I've got a few pieces of it, but it's not on purpose, trust me. It's bulk purchases, or it's leftovers, or it's pallets, or it's whatever. These junk brands are just not going to make you any money. So scroll through this, make list of all the brands that you have in your store right now, and go through these sourcing guidances and look at the average sale prices. Make a spreadsheet if you have to, and you'll start learning the brands to cross off the list. You may be able to get them for 50 cents, but man, if you're only left with $1 or $1.50, it's tough. You really got to target stuff where when you're going down these solds, it's 10, 12, 18, 20, 18, 20, 25. You don't want $4.99, 99 cents. I mean, that is really bad. So all these brands are ones that you will find if they're in my store. They're going just because I got them, but I'm not purposely going out and buying them, and you'll never see me buying them in a haul unless it was something that I bulk purchased. So that's the way to tell junk. Stop selling junk, guys. And if you do have junk in the store, just reduce it and get rid of it. It's hurting your overall sell-through rate and your average sale price, and you just want to move on from that merchandise. Lot it together if you have to. If you got a bunch of different sizes, that you got 2 or 3 of each size, lot them together and sell them. Whatever you got to do to move them, y'all. But that is eBay junk, and that is what not to sell when you're looking, you know, what not to source and what not to try to flip when you're dealing with clothes. There's a lot of other stuff, you know, video games, you know, sports video games. Let's not buy that junk. I could go on and on with hundreds and hundreds of different items, but you guys get the point. That's how you do proper research, and that's how you decide what to cut out from your next sourcing trip. Thank you guys so much for the love on the last video. If you didn't see it, I'll link it down below. It was an amazing video that I did, and I loved it, and it was telling you guys what I love most about being on YouTube. So check that out if you didn't, and I will see you guys next time.